Hello and welcome to the 5th Annual Spinnaker Summit. My name is Tracy Miranda and I'm the Executive Director at the Continuous Delivery Foundation. And I want to let you all know that this is actually my first Spinnaker Summit as well. So whether you are completely new to Spinnaker or a veteran, we've got something for everyone today. First up, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors, Armory and Netflix, our partner sponsors, and Optimax, who are sponsoring our awards, as well as the videos, and Accurus, who will be sponsoring the happy hour later this evening, which you should definitely check out if you can make it. Now, even though this is my first Spinnaker Summit, I've been doing a bunch of research to see how this community has evolved and what it took to get to this stage today at CDCon. So let's take a walk down memory lane of Spinnaker. So back in 2015, Netflix releases Spinnaker as an open source project for continuous delivery. And it really kind of starts taking the whole idea of software delivery to the next level. Then in 2017, as you can see, I'm going to insert myself into the story here. Back in those days, I was a Java developer, and I had the honor to be part of a judging panel for the JAX Special Jury Award for awards in the Java ecosystem. And I remember at the time, Spinnaker was one of those technologies that everybody on the jury was very excited about. We all voted. As it turns out, they ended up giving the award to an individual rather than a technology. But the thing I remember was at that point, there were so many folks excited about Spinnaker, and it really felt in 2017 that it was starting to hit the mainstream in a very, very big way. So also in 2017, that was when the very first Spinnaker Summit was held, which welcomed 200 folks from about 50 companies at the Netflix headquarters in Los Gatos, California. And if any of the folks who attended that are here, give us a shout. And here's some pictures from that very first Spinnaker Summit. Fast forward to 2018, and the community continued to grow with the second Spinnaker Summit, bringing together 350 attendees in Seattle. Then things started to move faster. In 2019, Spinnaker became one of the founding projects in the newly launched Continuous Delivery Foundation. So alongside projects like Jenkins and Tecton, Spinnaker was one of the key projects to help really focus on the whole continuous delivery ecosystem. And we launched at the Open Source Summit, and here's a picture of us all backstage with Kosuke Kawaguchi and Andrew Galava as we prepped to make the announcement. So that same year, co-located at KubeCon, the third Spinnaker Summit brought together 500 attendees in San Diego. And we have some great footage from like a recap from that event. And let's take a look at that now. Roll the tape, please.
And Spinnaker's success is in large part due to the amazing community of companies and people that use it and contribute to it. Opening the doors to new companies increases innovation we'll see in Spinnaker, which benefits all of us. Community is this idea of different corporations and people adding value into this ecosystem, which equals innovation both for Netflix but also for everyone in the community. On the automated canary analysis side, there's new data sources for SignalFX and New Relic. There has been a ton of investment from within the community to build a viable plugin system for Spinnaker. And Cloud Driver now supports idempotency through the notion of sagas. Spinnaker now supports Google Cloud Build. Anyone in the community can get involved. We're trying to be very much inclusive, but at the end of the day, for me, community really is all about innovation. And the more healthy and engaged a community is, like, the more everyone gets something out of it.
Hey, it's a bit weird seeing in-person events. But yeah, no, that was Spinnaker Summit in 2019. Then, as you all know, in 2020, of course, the plans for Spinnaker Summit, they were meant to be, I believe, in Nashville, but that all changed with the onset of the COVID pandemic. And we had to pivot to a virtual event, which saw 656 registrations from around the world. So even though we couldn't meet in person, what was amazing was then it opened up the community to folks joining from all corners of the world. And this is an illustration from the keynote that year on open source given by Sarah Novotny. And it just kind of sums up that 2020 was this year like no other. And yeah, it was a crazy scramble to move events online. But as we saw, there were other benefits to being virtual. And in 2021, we continued with that tradition. So Spinnaker Summit in 2021 joined forces with CDCon to host the biggest event ever for its 5th edition. Now on the slide, I say it is 1,875 registrations from around the world. I actually have an update for that later, as that number just keeps on growing. But just even in the chat, it's been a thrill to see people coming here from Brazil and Argentina, China and Japan, the UK, the US, all over the world. So welcome, everybody. And let me share a bit of what's in store for you over the next few days. Oh, but before that, I want to highlight just the growth that this community has seen over the ages. So from the first few summits in person, there's always been a steady growth in the in-person events. And you can see that from 2017, 2018, 2019 onwards. Then we throw in the virtual events, which are a bit of a different kettle of fish. But Spinnaker Summit continues to grow. And with joining forces with the rest of the CDF community, we see this incredible rate of growth where we've almost tripled registrations. And it is what we always say about open source communities. It's a win-win. When we all work together, we can go further, faster. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Looking ahead to what you can expect. After this opening session, we go into the main sessions, and today we have a focus on workshops. We've got some great workshops from the folks at Armory and OpsMX that will especially help those who want to gain skills and get up to speed with various aspects of Spinnaker technology. And at the same time, we have a number of the members of the Spinnaker community from the special interest groups, or SIGs, who will be joining us to bring folks up to speed with what their day-to-day activities are and help you join in. If you want to contribute or you just want to learn more, this is one of the best options to meet the community and start to get involved with open source and Spinnaker. And then right at the end of the day, we're going to have a happy hour. This is sponsored by Curious. We'll have a closing session quiz, and then a chance for folks to just mingle in a more relaxed environment. So that kicks us off for Spinnaker Summit Day 0. And then the next 2 days, CDCon starts and Spinnaker Summit is running as part of that. So we have a dedicated Spinnaker Summit track. And there you'll see all sorts of amazing talks from the Spinnaker community, including a lot including lots and lots of case studies from companies who are using Spinnaker at scale. So folks like Adobe, Airbnb, Cisco, and InterSwitch. So I do recommend you check those out. And then again, we'll be having keynotes for all of the community and a CDCon happy hour and the CDCon Best in Show. And on day 2, it follows a similar theme. We'll be having keynotes and community awards, which includes the Spinnaker Awards, as well as a closing session. And throughout day 1 and day 2, we do have an expo hall open as well. So you can meet many of the companies in the Spinnaker ecosystem as well. And I'll give a special shout out to one of the keynotes we have on day 2, which is focused on a deep dive into the benefits of CD. And we'll definitely pull in Spinnaker themes there with Rosalind Benoit, Brandon Leach, Isaac Mosquera, and Kelsey Hightower, all having a live panel discussion. So do join us for all these sessions and more at Spinnaker Summit. Okay, welcome all. I promised you an update, and we are at 1,926 folks registered. I dare say we will break 2,000 by the end of the summit. It's free for everybody. We want to be inclusive of everybody, wherever you are joining in the world. Thank you for coming. I'm sure we have a lot of newcomers. You are very welcome. And I encourage you to get stuck in. Like I said, this is my first Spinnaker Summit, and here I am giving you a timeline of the community. So there's no hesitation with open source. Please jump in wherever you feel a need, meet folks, and yeah, you're very welcome to be part of this amazing community. Thank you all so much, and enjoy the summit.